to the 2023 Asian Pacific African Powerlifting Championships in Hong Kong. My name's Chrissy Chamley and I'll be commentating this session. It's the under 93 kilo weight class for the men in the classic powerlifting. We have two flights of lifters for you. The first are the juniors and sub-juniors. It'll be very quick. We've only got 7 in this particular flight. And once all the squats are done, we will go into the second flight of lifters. If you're listening to this live, we just apologise for any interruption to the internet streaming. Had a difficulty here at this venue. But do appreciate your chat comments so that we can know how you're experiencing it. So 160 165 kilos on the bar for Muhammad Noor of Singapore, one of the sub-juniors.
Good lift. 190. Okamura Kenji of Japan.
Kenji Okamura of Japan, 190 for his opening squat. Okamura is one of 3 sub-juniors. Yap of Hong Kong missed his opener of 160. So 190. Big opener. And that's a good lift. We're up into the junior age category now with Obate of Singapore, 220 for his nominated opener. Peter Paul Obate, first international. Great depth. Looks good. And it's a good lift. We have a junior from China here now, Zhang, opening on 225 kilos. He is the national champion in China in the junior under 93 kilo. Also, holds a bench press record in the junior under 93 kilo in China, and in the deadlift and in the total. 225. Good depth, solid up. His PB squat is 240. And that's a good lift.
250. Dio Rafi of the New Zealand.
Rafi Dio, New Zealand, 250 kilos for his opening squat. Also, Chien from Chinese Taipei will take this. So Raf just getting a bit of connection with the spotter loaders.
Dio Rafi.
I think he's going to be asked to remove that headband by the jury. I'm just trying to understand what's happening. Bit of conversation between the jury and his coach. Here's Raf, 250. Good stuff.
Good lift.
And 250 for Chien from Chinese Taipei. He is a fraction heavier than Dio from New Zealand. So body weight could make a difference here. Plenty of strength. And it looks like there will be that little battle.
Hong Kong.
160.
160. Barzodi.
160 again for Yap from Hong Kong. First international for him. He's the sub-junior 93 kilo class champion, and he holds the Hong Kong I think the total record. Not entirely sure. And that's a good lift. That is his PB, that 160.
175 for Mohammed Noordin.
Dean Hadif Muhammad Noha of Singapore, 175 kilos for his second attempt. A good lift here, and I think he's pretty well assured of a silver medal. Oh, no, he's not. Yep, has put in 180 for his third attempt. So a fight for silver. See how the refs see it. It's a good lift. Super happy.
210. Okamura Kenji.
And 210 for Okamura of Japan.
Barzodi for Okamura Kenji of Japan.
Looks like being our gold medalist in the squat in the sub-juniors, with Singapore and Hong Kong fighting for the silver. And one of them will get the bronze. Brilliant. Yes, it is. So with that, he's assured of the gold medal in the squat. See that fantastic depth and a great lockout at the end. Job done. Peter Paul Obate of Singapore is our junior. 21 years of age, pretty new to powerlifting. .230. Great depth. Oh, solid. Yes. Good lift. Shout out to his coach, Jin Yi, and Cheetah Lifter on Instagram. And shout out to all those at Powerlifting Club, Battalion Barbell Gym, Project Armstrong, who he trains with. If you'd like to follow him, he's Peter at Cebuano Lifter on Instagram. Okay. Zhang from China, 237.5. He's a student, age 23. Great depth. Oh, very solid up. Lives in Shanghai. And he gets the lift. A shout out to North Club and all his friends at Xi'an Jiatong Liverpool University. And he acknowledges and thanks the IPF China office for the support in this competition. Okay, Raf's back. He's still got his headband, so no problem with that. 260. He's taking the 10 kilo increase on the opener. Qian from Chinese Taipei's added a bit more. Raf 260. Comes up smooth. Good job. And that was a very important lift. Pressure on Qian now for 265 to try and assert himself. Being that little heavier, Qian's got a little more work to do. It's amazing what as little as 3.35 of a kilo can make in the results. Hits that. Oh, he's very strong. That was no problem whatsoever. Yes, good lift. So he's pulling away. Yep, 180. For his third attempt. So we've just finished the second attempts. We're into the third now. Yup, trying to make up some lost ground with this 180. Now he's the lightest of all three of the sub-juniors. So whilst he had a bit of a rough start with his opener, He could actually sneak up into silver medal position with this. So 20 kilos, yes, it's a bit. But this for a crack at the silver. And he's got it. So that's him with the silver medal. Dean Hadif comes out now for 180 as well, but being heavier, there is nothing he can do to get the silver now. So bronze medal it'll be, but he needs the kilos for the total. Oh, well done. He's a happy guy. He's a really happy lifter. And the gold medalist will be Kenji Okamura of Japan. He won it on his first lift with 190. Here he's attempting 225. Just got superior strength. Oh, great effort. Well caught spotters. Fantastic spotters here from South Africa. Big shout out to Hani Smith for bringing the guys over. Part of this combined regional championship. And the spotters are provided by African region, specifically South Africa. Peter at Cebuano Lifter in Instagram. Working his way towards records. 240 here. Oh, come on now. Stick with it. I think he's done. It was a hell of a good try. He stuck with it for so long. Hope that didn't take too much out of him. Still as deep as you like. There was a moment there where he started to move again, but there wasn't anything else. Zhang Haru, China. Shout out to number 1 fitness club. Holds a bench press record, deadlift and total in China. 245. Final squat. Oh, magnificent. Does everything right. Yes. And that's him finishing with the bronze medal in the juniors. Now there's a battle now between these last two guys. Rafi's coming out. He's in the silver medal position. He's coming out for the gold here. 22-year-old. This is well within him. He can squat more, but today this is the third attempt. 265. Chien's got it as well, but Rafa is lighter in body weight, so the pressure's on Chien to get the 280 that he's put in. This lift here, strong back's the call. Get up. Oh, and he does get up. Right. He hits the gold medal position. He's done his job. He's in the lead. But Chien from Chinese Taipei has put on a massive 280 for his final squat. It's a gamble. He needs to squat 15 more kilos than what he last squatted to get that gold. He looks incredibly strong. .280, good hit. Oh, he misses it. He's back to silver, and Rafi grabs the gold in the squat on body weight. These New Zealanders, I tell you, they've come here and they're cleaning up all the gold. Now, we've completed those squats, so we're in the second flight of lifters. And this will include age categories of Open, Masters 1, 2, 3 and 4. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Al-Zufi of Iraq just came out and squatted 70 kilos. He's a Masters 3. So 100 kilos gets loaded on the bar for the Masters 4, Huang from Chinese Taipei. Oh, he is a crowd favourite. We love Huang. He took 4 records in India and Alleppey. Oh, he set 4, but he kept setting records every lift he did. He's unbelievable. He is 70 years of age. He's been competing for 40 years. He absolutely loves this sport, loves all the lifters. 100, right on the top of the traps. Pops it down. Absolutely loved. He's such a character. Very respectful, but he's an incredible personality. Bar moves to 150 kilos for the first of 2 Masters 2 lifters. This is Andrew Robertson of Singapore, 58 years of age, very new to the sport. Many people come into the sport as older open age or even Masters age lifters. Many people. Robertson, was it deep enough? And it's a good lift.
155, Yamada Yohi, Japan.
Bar moves up to 155 for Yamada of Japan, 45-year-old. Opening very conservatively here on 155, I think. Yamada, very experienced competitor. Good 22 years of competition under his belt. He's one of 3 Masters 1 here. He's opening quite light, so we'll just see how. Okay, that's a reasonable opener for him on this day, and that's a good lift. So good just to see how it moves, to see how the body's behaving today. Of course, coming to international events is a whole new ball game of competition. An awful lot of factors affecting the lifter, from travel, sleep, food, different conditions, different environment. Just a whole new level of adaptability is required. Fu, Chinese Taipei, 180. It's the Masters 2. Oh, perfect. So with that 180, I'm sure he'll get the gold in the Masters 2 in the squat. Rowan Moore of India now. He's from Pune in India. This is his first international competition. Oh, great depth. Yes, 180 in the bag. Good job, Rowan. Herman from Singapore. Hood Herman. (27-year-old), 195. Great depth. It's a good lift. This isn't his first international. He did compete at C Cup last year. C is Southeast Asian Cup. So that's a sub-regional area of Asia. And the University World Championships in 2019. I think I was there. So Lim, Singapore, 205 kilos for his attempt. He's an open age lifter, 27 years of age. I think he might have some family in the audience. Hiran Fernando, Sri Lanka, 225. He's one of the Masters 1 lifter age 48, if you can believe it. Oh, so good. Yes.
255. Lord Kwan Chow of Hong Kong.
Bar moves up to 255
Chow of Hong Kong.
for Law.
Let's go.
Open age category, age 30. Yes, he was in Dubai last year for the Asian Powerlifting Championships. He's a national champion of Hong Kong. See how the ref saw the depth? No lift. So just a little deeper. Zen Ayush of Mongolia, 255 for his opening squat. He's aged 42. He's been competing for 16 years. One of 6 open age category lifters. Oh, comes up with a bit of a growl. And it's a good lift. As I mentioned before, we can only apologise for the streaming. This is an issue out of our control. It's to do with the venue. We are attempting to do everything we could possibly do on our side to rectify. Suya of Japan, 260 for his opening squat. Excellent depth, super strong. Just an incredible lifter. Top opener now for you is 260 for Anwar from Kazakhstan. He's the 30-year-old from Kazakhstan in this group. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, that's amazing. So the bar gets deloaded now for the second round of squats. We've got up first our Masters 3 lifter, Al-Zafi of Iraq. 80 kilo, 10 kilo increase. Just waltzes out, down, up. There we go. That's a, yeah, okay. That's nowhere near his PB, so he'll have reasons why he's squatting light today. The Masters 4 lifter, Huang, everybody's favourite. adding 10 kilos, coming out for 110. Yeah, his record is 115.5, which he would have set in India just now. When I say I was equipped. Oh, okay. Well, this is classic. Okay. All right. His PB is 115.5. So a good lift here, and we might see him have a crack at another record. He says. I've got it. Ha. Mm. Yeah. He's incredible. Oh, he loves it. Crowd loves him. Loving life. $157.5 kilos for the Masters 2 lifter Robertson from Singapore. He'll get the silver medal in the squat. Now that's solid. That's even better than his first attempt. Yamada, Japan, 165. Most likely will sit in the bronze medal position for these squats. Putting 10 kilos on from the opener. Oh, good fight. Yes, and it's a good lift. He's nearing the limit. He's laughing as he goes off. Chinese Taipei Masters 2 lifter Fu, 187.5. Will gold medal in the squat. Started competing in his 50s. Oh. I think he came up faster than he thought he would. And that's a good lift. Just watch, he gets down there and he comes straight back up, and it's almost like it took him by surprise. He's up and he's, okay, I've got to actually push this out. But he was able to do that without making any error or dropping down. Here's Rowan. Rowan Moore, 192.5, 12.5 more than the opener. Rowan the Bionaut. And it's a good lift.
205, Herman Woods Yafik of Singapore. Loaded.
205 kilos for Herman from Singapore. Yes, it's 2-1, good lift. Give a shout out to Hood's coach Martin Bass, who gave him a lot of support in his preparation for this event. Lim 215, the open age category lifter, adding 10 kilos from his opener. Great depth. Good push. Good lift.
234,
Hiran Fernando, Sri Lanka. Big 235 squat. And this is just piling on the kilos for the total. He's already won the gold medal in the squat on his opener. Oh, incredible depth. Oh, my goodness. It's just superb. Just look. Oh, yeah. Comes through there. Fantastic. Okay. Law from Hong Kong missed 255. Is going up to 260. Now, he does hold the Hong Kong squat record. And he can squat a lot more than this. It'll be a depth issue, which it was in the first place. Oh, he got it. That's good. Maybe he had a bit of sushi out the back. It's his favourite food. Thank you. 265 for Send Aish of Mongolia. Open age category lifter. So good to see Mongolian lifters here. It's a huge effort for them to get anywhere. Oh, he grinds it out. It's just such an impressive grind. And it's a good lift. I can't help but think it looks like he's nearing the top of what he can do. Just watch this. pretty sure his body doesn't want to do much more than that. Shimon's Saruya, 275 kilos. Okay, there is going to be a bit of a battle between him and the Kazakh lifter. And the Japanese lifter is lighter in body weight. So let's bear that in mind. That's a good lift to start with. And Kazakh lifter, Anwar, is also taking the two... Oh, I'm sorry. He's taking 275. Okay. So... Okay, the Mongolian lifter has called for 275 for his third. So we just need to watch these three lifters as how this is going to pan out. 275, Anwar of Kazakhstan. No problem. So at the moment, Japan is in the lead, Kazakhstan second, and Mongolia third in the open age category. And Yalla Al-Zurfi, $100, just like that. Huang, 115 for his final squat. Not going to have a go at his record. His squat PB is 115.5. So when you're competing for 40 years, it's quite possible you know whether you've got enough in you for the record or not. So not going for his record today, a new record. He unracks it and he laughs. Oh, he thanks everyone. Oh, he's just a delight. Andrew Robertson, Singapore, 165. Get the silver medal in the squat here for the Masters 2. No lift. Depth problem.
170 balls loaded for Yamada Yohei of Japan.
Yamada, Japan, 170. Yes, I thought he was nearing the very, very top limit for today with his squat. Just taken a 5 kilo increase. Oh, terrific fight. Yes. Tremendous fight. Watch this. It was a better fight even than the second attempt. He just found something. Fu, 190. Will be the gold medalist in the squat. His Masters 2, 190. 57 years of age. Oh, he's still got it. He's talking about the depth there. Even as it's getting heavier, he's still squatting to depth. He is not cutting it short. Rowan Moore coming out for his final squat of 200. That is his PB. I want to shout out to Lorraine. That's his mum. And he's got a couple of trainers there, Kidar and Omkar. Big shout out to them, I'm sure. Great depth. Come on. Bionaut. Equestrian entrepreneur. That's what he does. Hood. Hood of Singapore. 215. Shout out to Bethnal Green Weightlifting Club and Imperial College Barbell Club for the many friends he's got there. He's been powerlifting for 7 years or so. And how'd he go? We've got a good lift there. Lim, Singapore, 222.5. Won't be medaling here in the squat. Wow, that was so deep. Yep, great lift.
240 for Fernando here in Sweden.
Hiran Fernando waiting to come out for this 240. absolute gold medalist in the Masters 1 squat. And putting on 40 kilos in the lead against his nearest competitor, which is really going to be useful for the total. He pretty much gave that everything. And it's a good lift. 270 for Law from Hong Kong. A good lift here would actually get him into the bronze medal position. But there's 3 lifters to come. Oh, good catch, spotters. They just pick him and the bar up. That's why we love these spotters.
275.
There are 5 of them. 275 for the final squat for Send Ayush of Mongolia, moving up into the silver medal position with this lift, lighter than the Kazakh lifter, who has already got the 275. Oh, marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Oh, epic. Let's watch this. He's brave. He gets in the hole and he really has to work it up. Anwar of Kazakhstan, 282.5, pushing from bronze to gold with this attempt with 1 lifter to go. Oh, he's working. He's got the speed on it. He hits the lead. Kazakhstan is in the lead with Japan, the only one to stop him. Mongolia will sit in the bronze medal position. Kazakhstan has the gold at the moment. Japan, Tsuruya, 287.5 for the gold medal. Massive 287.5 for the gold. Great set. He's coming through with the goods. I reckon he's got it. Yes, he has, and that's the gold medal there. We take a 10-minute break and we'll be back with the bench press. Welcome back to the bench press session of the 93 kilo classic powerlifting. Dean Hadif opens up with 180. Opens up with 97.5. Yup, Hong Kong, 100 kilos. These are the sub-juniors.
Light.
100 kilos on the bar for... Oh, we've got a lights problem. Okay, 115 kilos on the bar for Obate. He's one of the juniors, 21 years of age. He's studying accounting and finance full-time at uni. And gets a good lift for his opening bench. Then 120 goes on the bar for Okamura of Japan, sub-junior. Good lift here will get him most assuredly the gold medal in the bench for the sub-juniors. Bar gets loaded right up to 142.5 kilos for Chien from Chinese Taipei, one of the juniors. 2 more to come. Rafi, 152.5 for his bench. Good job for checking the weights. Some lifters take responsibility for the weight they're going to lift by just doing a quick check, being ready in good time to come out and check both sides that are even and what the plates they're expecting to see there. Unracks it himself. Marvellous. He wants 5 more by the look of that. And the top opener is with Zhang from China. So his Zhang's PB is 190. He's going to lift out himself. Oh, incredible. So we're into the second round of benches. And it's Dean Hadif, Singapore, 102.5 for his second attempt. Yes, indeed, Dean, you rock. That was great. 105 kilos for Yup from Hong Kong. As he pushes Dean Hadif back. So it could be just a little battle between these two. Yeah, a little bit of work there, but he does it quite comfortably. So we're just going to watch these two, Hong Kong and Singapore, in the sub-juniors. See how that battle shapes up. Back over in the juniors, we've got 120 kilos for Obate for his second attempt, just 5 kilos more. Coached by Jing Yi. It's at Cheetah Lifter on Instagram. Pretty sure I follow him. Yeah, good stuff. Such a gentle touch. Look at that. Very gentle, just touches it. Away he goes. Just back to the sub-juniors, we've got 130 kilos for Okamura, who is really in his own level in this competition. So he's the gold medalist, and really his attention and our attention goes to his total. This is another 10 kilos from the opener. That's good work. Chinese Taipei in the juniors now, 150. Looking very much like he'll get bronze medal in the bench. Rafi's ahead and how that looked. He'll probably keep going ahead at least one more lift. Successful on 150. And I think it's Rafi next. Yes, 5 kilos more. Okay, just sorting out problem with lights. Has been a difficult day with the technology, has to be said. Really significant internet problems caused havoc in everything here. Okay, Rafi Dio, New Zealand, comes out for his 157.5. Sinks it. Oh, come on. Yeah, just flares those elbows out. He knows himself very well when he asked for 5 more the last time.
Okay, that's good. 195.
Finally, 195.5. Record attempt. It's a record attempt. This is for a new Asian record. Previous PB is 190. So PB and a record, obviously. Oh no. Wow, interesting lift. You get the feeling he's got it in him. The stall there. And then he found something, and then he didn't have it. He's just going to have to get it off the chest faster. But he's very close to getting that. Third round of bench press now, 107.5 for Yup. Five kilos up from his second attempt. Okay, there is a battle going on between Hong Kong and Singapore there for the silver. And one's going to get the bronze. Oh dear. Okay. That's a no lift for Yup.
107.5.
So he settles on 105. But the same weight is being called for by Dean Hadif. So Dean needs to get this because he's sitting on 102.5. So even with that miss there by Yup, he could still get the silver if Dean misses this. So if Dean gets this, it's the silver. Oh, oh. Okay. He's got the lift. He's got the silver. Yeah, see, I thought he started to rack that. Anyway. It's Peter Obate for his final bench of 122.5. This is equal to his PB. Just out of the medals today. Oh, yes. Good stuff. $135 for the gold medaling sub-junior Okamura. Good lift for Okamura and the gold medal. $155, Chien, Chinese Taipei. Not challenging for the silver medal. Content in the bronze. And that was a very solid third bench. Amazing. Looks like he's got more in him. 160 for Rafi. He's content with his silver medal. Rafi, after winning the squat, on body weight, mind you, taking away silver medal in the bench. Coach's gone over for an ask of the question. Hips are bobbing up and down. Don't know if butt stayed on there enough. They are considering it. Meanwhile, 195.5 again for Zhang. I reckon he can get this. He just hits the speed. Go. There it is. That's it. And it's superb. That was great to watch. And he gets the gold medal. We're straight in to... I think that might have got overruled. Rafi's no lift got overruled. Because there was some high fives going on. So that usually means one thing. Was that overruled? Rafi's... Yeah, okay. So Rafi got that lift. So well done, coach. Went straight over to the jury table and had a look and, yep, overruled. So we're into this second flight of lifters, which includes the Open, Masters 1, Masters 2, Masters 3, Masters 4. Starting us off, 70 kilo bench press for Al Zufi of Iraq. And that's a good lift.
110. Robinson.
Okay, I think we've got some sound for you. 165 for Law from Hong Kong. Good lift for Law. We're in the open age category, just for those who are trying to follow this stream, which is a problem with the arena that we're in. And let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. 192.5 for Mongolian lifter Send Ayush. That will be the top opener here in this flight. All lifters have got their opening bench except Rowan from India, who missed the 110. And that's a good lift for Send Ayush of Mongolia. We're into the second round of bench press now. And the first lifter is Masters 3 lifter Al Zofi of Iraq. 80 kilos for his second attempt. Okay, the 80 was successful. Just responding to the fit guy on the chat. Just going to check that. Just a minute. Okay, the answer to that is we just do not have enough internet. It's really deficient. And we need what we've got for other equipment, and we have an amount that we can use that we need tomorrow. So I'm not very knowledgeable about it all. Here's Rowan Moore for 115. He missed the opener, so let's just check this out. It does look heavy. Yeah, good lift, 3 white lights. Okay, so everyone's on the board now. Look, I'm not knowledgeable about how these things work. All I can understand is there isn't enough internet in here. There's quite a few things here that need some Wi-Fi. And there's simply no more we can do. Many people have been working on it today. So, Andrew Robertson now, Singapore 117.5, one of the two Masters 2. These spotters are awesome. They, thanks Lorraine for that, the sound back. The spotters give a bit of encouragement at that moment that the lifter needs, and just the immediacy of it, the proximity so close to them just has a wonderful impact. Lifters really appreciate it, and there's nothing, no law against it. It's just wonderful. Fu, Chinese Taipei, 125. He's the other Masters 2 lifter, and he needs this to secure the gold. Pretty sure he got that. So that's a good lift for Fu, and he will get the gold medal with that because Robertson's put in 122.5 for his third attempt, so no challenge on that. Do my best to describe what's going on because I'm conscious that you may not have the vision. 125 kilos for Yamada of Japan. He's a Masters 1 lifter, one of 3. Now, he is the lightest out of the three. And Fernando from Sri Lanka is also going to take this lift. So with a good lift here, he'll actually jump into the gold medal position with a bit of safety net. Yeah, it's a great drive. I think he's got it. Yes, he has. So he's got the gold medal position there, and Fernando won't be able to move up on that. He'll be sitting in the silver position and stay there for the time being, but the guys do have another attempt left, a third attempt. Oh, good. Yeah, the stream seems to come and go and speed up, slow down. It's just erratic. So that's what I see you guys are noticing. Fernando, 125, will stay with the silver medal position with a good lift here. Yep.
Good lift. 55.5. 125.5. If he clears this, it will be a new Asian record.
Okay. I just saw the referees, a couple of referees swap out, and that's because a record is coming. It's our Huang from Chinese Taipei. He's put 125.5 on for his second attempt on the bench press, which of course is another Asian record. He is absolutely legendary. He's got all the records, and he just keeps lifting and getting more and more records. Just love his approach to the bench there. There's just no one like him. He talks to the bar. I don't know what he's saying, but it's... Oh, he's so strong. He's just amazing. Oh, we love him. Yes, he got it. And all the competitors out the back are cheering him as well. There's just no one like him. Okay. Lim from Singapore has come out with 155 for his second attempt. It was a 10 kilo increase from the opener, and it was a good lift. Pushes him up into the bronze medal position temporarily, as we've got quite a few to get through though. Saruya 162.5. Smooth looking bench. Absolutely. 3 white lights. 167.5. 7.5 kilo increase for Herman from Singapore. His personal best is 177.5. You may have a bit of information up on your screen, but that's old. I've got the latest stuff here. The lifters gave it to me in the last week or so. 167.5. Hood gets it. Yes, 3 white lights.
170 for Long Guan Chak of Hong Kong.
Quan Chak from Hong Kong. PB 175, so we're not there yet. This is 170. Oh. Success.
172.5.
Okay. Anwar of Kazakhstan 172.5. Push up into silver medal position with this one. Yes. Good lift, 3 white. So the Mongolian, Send Ayush, is taking 200 for his second attempt. He's sitting in first place at the moment. So this to stretch it out a bit more even. We've got the Kazakhstan in second place and Law in third place. Just having a look at the attempts coming in. Yeah, no one's going to touch the Mongolian here. So he's secured the gold. Let's see how they see that. Referees say. Good lift. There was one red there. He's got a pretty good arch on him. His chest is quite high, actually. And he's got this wide grip, of course. So you know, it's a really good looking setup. We make it into the third round of bench press with our Masters 3 Al-Zafi of Iraq, 90 kilos for his final bench. Yes, that's a good lift. I believe it's the Bionaut now, Rowan. Okay, he's coming out for his final bench. There's 120 on the bar for him. This is the equivalent of his PB. Trains at OmFit. And shout out to all the lifters at OnFit. Here's your man at this combined championship, combined 3 region championship. That looks superb. Yes, 3 white lights to finish on. And he will finish with the bronze medal in the Masters 1. Now we go into the Masters 2 for Robertson, taking 122.5. No challenge on the gold medal for him. Oh, he's still got speed on it. Little bit of frustration there coming out. Just needs to control that. Can be a problem on the platform. Hiran Fernando, Sri Lanka. 127.5 for his final bench. This is him. He's in the silver medal position. And this would push him up into the gold medal. And I'm pretty sure he's got it. We do have Yamada to follow. So, has he done enough? That's the question. Fernando won the squat gold. Massive 240. But we have to wait. Masters 2 Fu is coming out now with 130 for his final bench. He's safe in the gold medal. Yeah, I think he's got a bigger deadlift than Robertson as well. So, oh, no. Comes off the chest, but gets the sideways action going. And coach was just miming what happened, how it looked. So it was quickly taken off him. 130 now for Yamada to finish up these Masters 1s. This is for the gold medal. At the moment, Fernando's got it. So he needs this 130 for the gold. Yamada's just taking quite his time to set up. Okay, all set for the gold medal. 130, pushes it back. That's a great line. Yes, that's a winner. Yes, it is. Fantastic, and there's the gold medal for him. Fernando gets the silver. Rowan gets the bronze. Can you believe that the Masters 4 lifter is coming out after the Masters 1 and the Masters 2 and the Masters 3 with the biggest bench out of the three of them, 130.5. This is Huang, our favourite. Yes, sir, he says. He talks all the way through the lift. He never stops. He's got that record, 130.5. He's still got it. He just benched more than all the other Masters. And he's the Masters 4. It's just epic. He's the best guy. We need an award at the banquet for the best guy. That's him. Okay. We've got to get through these open lifters. Get these medals. Who's getting what? We've got 160 for Lim from Singapore. Now, final bench, 160. Comes down nicely. Oh, he had some speed, but it just trailed off. So, misses that. Shimon Tsuruya of Japan, 165. Just 2.5 kilos more than his second attempt. Not going to medal in the bench. Yeah, he hasn't come near. He's just a bit off his personal best here today with the bench. That looks good. Yes, it is. We got 175 for Hood Herman. This would get him up there. He's in fourth position at the moment. And oh, he's done his job. Yeah, great lift. He's very happy with that. Now, Law's coming out for the same weight. He would get into bronze medal with a good lift here. Oh, I think he's stuck. No, cannot press that today. Right, so Anwar pushing from bronze medal position to silver medal with this one. If he misses this, he'll stay in the bronze Mongolian's got the gold, can't be touched. This is the battle for the silver. Right here, the battle for silver, 182.5. It's 10 kilos on his last attempt. Oh! Oh! Damn, missed it. Got off the chest all right, but no speed. So with that miss, Anwar gets the bronze medal and Hood Herman gets the silver. Got one lifter to go. This is Send Ayush from Mongolia, 207.5. He's the gold medalist from the first lift. So very dominant here in this group of open age lifters. Ooh, bit wonky line coming down and it's drifting. No, he just didn't quite get the line right coming down. And he grabs a hamstring, he's cramped. He's tried everything. No, limping off. He's definitely got a cramp in the hamstring. Okay, we've got a 10-minute break and then it's deadlifts. Join us then.
Good lift. The bar is loaded. Okamura Kenji. Okamura Kenji of Japan. Good lift. 200 still. Mohammad Nordin Hadif. Bar is loaded. Zhang Horo of China, 225. Bar is loaded. Good lift. 240, 2.5. Obante Peter Paul of Singapore. Bar is loaded. Good lift.
Okay, just in time for Rafi Dio of New Zealand, 270 kilo opening deadlift. So far in the juniors, we had Zhang of China, Obate of Singapore, and now quite a lot more added to the bar for Rafi from New Zealand, with Chien from Chinese Taipei still to come. Good lift. So 20 kilos goes on for this lift for Chien from Chinese Taipei. And with that, he will go over the 700 mark for the total. And we'll do Rafi's chance of a total gold, a lot of damage. That was very strong. So Chien hit the 290. So his total at the moment is 710. Rafi's is 695. And Zhang's is 665.5. And 2 deadlifts to go. In the sub-juniors, first one's 210 for Dean Hadith. It's 3 white lights. 215 for Okamura. Okamura is lighter than Dean Hadith. They both opened on 200. I'm just mentioning that because they may lift the same thing again. But 215 success here would get him in front, with Yup still to come on 220. Puts it down gently. So Yup, who opened the lightest on 190, has put 30 kilos on it and has put down 220 for the second attempt. Obviously pushing him up into first place if he gets it. Taking his time. Whoa, gee, that's heavy. I mean, that shocked him. He's hurt. I think he's ripped his calluses. He's hurt his hands, both of them. I thought he must have gone out the back and done another deadlift. That just looked really difficult. So that's interesting. So as a result of that, Okamura is sitting in first place with Dean in second and Yup a bit off the pace in third. So Zhang, just came out with 250 for his second deadlift. Obate will jump ahead with a successful lift here of 255. Neither of them are going to catch Dio or Chien. So theirs is a battle for the bronze. Peter. Oh, it was a mighty pull. Yep, good lift. Yeah, look at that. Epic. 280 for Rafi Dio for his second attempt. Things that have to go wrong for Chien, for Dio to catch him on the deadlift, like dramatically wrong, which it just didn't look like it will because it was such a good pull, that 290. So 280, just staying in touch. He'd go over 700 with the total with this. Big air. Faster, 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 faster. Push those hips through. He's doing everything. He's wiggling the legs. I don't think he hitched that. I do not think he hitched it. It's a good lift. Massive. That was a great fight, and he never hitched it. Look at this. He starts wiggling the legs backwards and forwards. Yeah, good lift, 280. He's putting everything into this. Chien ripped that 290, so he's put on 305, 15 more. Chien. The 280 was overruled. Oh. Oh. Okay, Rafi's 280 was overruled. I think Coach just found out. 305. Yeah, he's just superior in the deadlift. 305. Total is 725 at the moment with one lift to go. So we're into the third deadlifts now. Here's Yup, 18-year-old. Yup, 220 again. And this is a battle for silver with Dean. Dean is heavier, so Yup gets this, and he gets the silver. Dean would have to increase his final attempt. So everyone's watching this 220. No, barely breaks the floor. So he'll have to settle with the bronze on 190, I believe it was. Yep. And that means that Dean gets the silver regardless, because he's on 210 already. And scoreboard. Yes. Here comes the celebration. There it is. That was tame compared to what we've seen all day. It was wonderful lifting. Sub-junior Okamura 222.5 to get the gold medal in the deadlift. Oh, I think he's done it. Yes, he has done it. Juniors, 262.5 for Obate. Ranked 4th in the total, 3rd in the deadlift. Oh, wow. Zhang 267.5. Final deadlift. Pushing the total as high as he can get it. Trying to get a bronze in the deadlift. Trying to get a silver in the total. Pulls that all right. Rafi missed the 280. I think I don't know if the coach did find out that he had his 280 overruled, but anyway, 285 now. He's just got to find something because that 280 was a hell of a struggle. 280. We're looking at silver in the total. He's fighting with Zhang from China for that. Oh, this is better. Oh, he got stuck again. Nah. Did his best. Doing the rounds. Fist bump to all the refs. Very nice to see. Good respect shown. So Rafi, there's just a referee swap. There's a record coming. Just lost my scorecard. So okay. Rafi finished with 695 total. Bronze, yep. Zhang, China, finished 708. Chien, here, nobody's going to catch him. He's the gold medalist in the deadlift and the total. It's been all his day. Chien, Chinese Taipei, to finish on 731.5. This is a record pull of 311.5, and it's 3 white lights for the record and the gold medal and the gold total. We go into the second flight, which includes Masters 4 sensation Huang from Chinese Taipei. All the Masters and the open age categories are in this flight. Bows to everybody. Sizes up that bar. Got to adjust his socks. Right there. And he's comfortable. He's got less than 30 seconds on the clock now. This is 100 kilos for his deadlift. He's inside 10 seconds. Gives the weights a pat as he gets some lights. Good lift. He's got his total. He's got his records. So that was a nice, safe lift. same weight for Al-Zarifi, Al-Zurfi of Iraq. He just got stopped by the referee. Referee doesn't like the socks. Socks. There's not enough time for him to change his socks, so he's going to miss this lift. Well, that's a pity. Okay, the referees still need to press the lights even though it timed out, because that's how the system works. You've got to get a score entered for it to go on. A result. So where he's going to find long enough socks, I don't know. They've loaded the bar for Andrew Robertson of Singapore, 170 for his opening deadlift. He's got a lot of support in the crowd, but he doesn't look up after he's finished his lift. They're waving and clapping at him. It was a good lift. Not sure if you can still hear me, but we've got a freeze on the actual vision. Yamada 180 for his opening deadlift. And that's a good lift to start. $190 for Rowan Moore, India. Now, I think it's his mum, Lorraine, who's been on the chat. That's a great opener. $200 opener for Fu. That's a good lift. Same weight for Fernando, Sri Lanka. Yes. Good lift. That's a great opener. 200. Into the open age category. So all the masters got their openers except for Alzafi, who had sock issues. We're in the open age category now with Hood Herman, 220 for his opener. Not a problem. Oh, good. Thanks, Lorraine. I see you say the audio's back. It's just bewildering. It comes in, it goes out, this stream. And now, oh, now it's out again. Yeah. There's no way to understand it. Here's Mongolian lifter Send Ayush, 235 for his opening deadlift. See how his deadlift isn't his strong suit. Comparatively. And you are Kazakhstan 260. So let's see the battle between him and Lim for oh, good. I put that together. Thanks, Lorraine. Lorraine Moore is Rowan Moore's mum. And I do have instructions to shout out to you, and I have been, because he thanks you very much and appreciates you very much, and that's a good sum to do such a thing as write that down. 260 for Lim. Yeah, so that's a battle there between Anwar and Lim. Oh, that was great. That was a good. He looks solid. These next two guys are a little bit stronger, I think. First Law from Singapore. Quan Chuck from Hong Kong. Law, surname Law, 275. And then to follow him will be the Japanese lifter, Tsuruya, on 285. Okay. Yeah, it was probably harder than he... Oh, I think he got a little hurt there. Harder than he thought, harder than he wanted. Tsuruya. I do apologise for the I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his name. I just can't seem to get it right. Tsuruya. 285. For his opening deadlift. Hips are up. Oh, whoa. He's really magnificent, isn't he? Yeah, he's just wonderful. He's literally the epitome of power. Right, we're back to the start. 100 kilos again for Al-Zafi of Iraq. He's the Masters 3. Had the sock problem. The socks weren't long enough. So centre ref sent him back. There we go. He's got long socks on now. And He's got that lift. He doesn't look impressed. Anyway, he's got the lift. So it turns out that Lorraine Moore is a competitive powerlifter, and she's also at the gold gold medalist internationally. I don't know if I've seen Lorraine. Lorraine, have I seen you lift? Have you lifted where I've been? Because this is a great story. I have known a few mother and sons in powerlifting. It's wonderful. Huang, 105, second deadlift. He likes to take his time there. Yes, sir. He says, oh, there he goes. Oh, we've only got one more lift to watch of his. Today? I could just, huh? Oh. Could watch him all day. 177.5 for Robertson from Singapore. Masters 2 lifter. That was successful. 190 for Yamada. 10 kilos up. Yamada, 190. Oh, yep. Yes, 3 white lights. See, Rowan's also got the 190. He got that on his opener. Yamada is a fraction lighter in body weight. So Rowan just got nudged out of his silver second place. I'm sorry, it has been a long day. Out of second place. So here's 202.5 for Rowan. Come on, Rowan. Oh, yes. He makes short work of that. And he puts the bar down very gently. It's wonderful. Fu, Chinese Taipei, 207.5. Just his own goals now. Not near his PB for his deadlift yet. Probably won't be today. He's secure in the gold medal position. Fernando from Sri Lanka, the other Masters won. He won the squat, and he's getting away with this deadlift. Yeah. The good lift here, he'll get the He likes it. Love that. Yeah, that was great. So he's got the gold medal there. All the open lifters to come. First one is Hood Herman, 235. That's a good lift. Quite a 235. What's this? 235. No, what is it? Good lifts stopped. There we go. 245. 245 for Mongolia. For Send Aish. Oh, wonderful. Yep, 2 white lights. He's grabbing that hamstring at the back. It's definitely troubling him. Thanks, Daphne. It is very nice to see you on the chat. You have done... What? That was a no lift. Oh, they overruled. That was a no lift. Oh, okay. All right. Daphne, epic job of managing Team Singapore. A lot of work beforehand. A lot of work on her. Some great coaching during the week already and being very kind to me. So, thank you, Daphne. Lim, 275. Yeah, that was a 15 kilo increase on his opener. Okay. We've got 277.5 for Hong Kong. For Law. Where's he? He's not presenting. Where he is. Kazakhstan's ready to take his lift, and I don't know where Law's gone. No, no Law.
17 seconds for Law Kwan Cha.
Law is... I don't know where he is. Why would he miss his second lift? Was he... I don't think he got injured. Huh? Right. Well, we didn't see Law. 285 for Anwar of Kazakhstan. Now, Suruyu got this on his opener. Kazakh is heavier in body weight, but, you know, nobody's probably going to catch Suruya because that opener moved like lightning. No, tell you what, Anwar's deadlift was pretty spectacular. 3 white lights, very fast. Here's Suruya. It's put on. I can't even work out. Oh yeah, it's 20 kilos. Oh my god, 20 kilos from his opener. The opener moved like lightning. fascinated in these pre-lifting ritual he's got. Is it helpful? 305. It was certainly very powerfully lifted. Wasn't lightning. So very dominant there as well. Yeah, look, I just want to make mention that Team OmFit in where is that in India? I want to say Pune. Is that right? Pune? Is that right? Pune. Okay. Team OmFit from Pune. Go you. You're doing the right thing. You're doing good things. Mum and son, nothing better. Rowan's going great here. Right, here's Huang, Chinese Taipei. 110 kilo for his final deadlift. This is the last time we get to see him today on the platform, although we've still got the medal ceremony to look forward to. Oh, he pulls it back. How he can talk through the lift, I don't know. Oh! He's fantastic. Oh, he says, oh, he was telling Coach, it got in front of me, but I pulled it back. Oh. He's just a miracle. He's a walking miracle. Right. Al Zafi has whacked on 30 kilos and just ripped that off the floor. I think if he hadn't have missed his opener, we would have seen something else. But he's had a tremendous day, and he gets the title in the Masters 3 category. If anyone can explain to me why Ryan is the bio-naut, that's going to haunt me if I don't find that out. Andrew Robertson, last pull of the day, 187.5 for a 462.5 total. Silver medals all the way. Three white lights. He's happy. He's happy. Thank goodness. It's been a wonderful day of lifting here. 93s. Yamada, 202.5. We'll just get him into silver medal position over Rowan before Rowan has his final lift. Yamada, no, it doesn't even move. Okay, so that means Rowan Moore is safe in the silver medal without even taking his final deadlift. But we can't get there yet. We've got to see Fu in the Masters 2 first, because the weight goes up sequentially. So it's 212.5 for Fu's last deadlift. This will have him finishing on a 527.5 total. Of course, gold medals all the way. Squat, bench, deadlift, total. Not all about the medals, just keeping everyone informed. And a big smile as he puts it down for the last time today. Yep, good lift and great lifting. Now I hope Team OmFit is ready, because Rowan, is he coming out next? Oh, good lift. Yes, Rowan's coming out for 2:15. Rowan, the Bionaut of OMFIT. They are honoured to have you as an OMFitter. Horsepower. Here we go, 2:15, last deadlift. For 235 total. And the silver medal, he pushes through that. Oh! Rowan has no more. He's given it all. Oh, he's a little bit lightheaded. He's okay. He's okay. He just needed a moment for his spirit to re-enter his body. Marvellous lifting. Finished on 535 total. Silver medal overall. Absolutely marvellous. Just going to give a very important shout out here to Jarrell. Wait a minute. Oliver, I love Jarrell. Okay. Shout out love from Singapore. Okay. Fernando, 220. I love how he loves his deadlift and he gives the crowd a big wave goodbye. That was wonderful. He is the champion of the Masters 1. Okay, here's a lovely bit of backstory that I wish I knew. Rowan Moore was a diabetic battling obesity, and he's lifting weight, and he's reversed the diabetes because weightlifting will do that. Lifting weights will do that. It's just brilliant. And he's not only reversed the diabetes, he's now an international powerlifter, right? And India are proud of him. And we all should be inspired by that. Hood, 240. Three white lights for his final lift. Congratulations on a great day of lifting. Goes around, shakes all the refs' hands. Great respect there. Yeah, very good. Okay, hang on. I'm getting the answer to my question here. Bionaut, because he loves scientific stuff. Go all out research, learn more and more concept from animals. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Bionaut. All right. Send Ayush, Mongolia, 245. Oh, I seriously never thought he'd have that in him from the last lift. And he got 3 white lights. They're just amazing. I tell you, he's beat up, though. The way he's walking off, he is absolutely beat up. Oh. Just want to try and check these totals. These guys are just ripping through all of this. We've got 282.5 for Law. Pushing up into bronze medal with this one, but someone may be in his way. Oh, Law comes through with the goods. Oh. Oh, that took a lot out of him too. Yeah. Just to update you on the opens here, Japan is sitting in first place. Okay. And you are Kazakhstan in second. I'm talking totals. Sitting in second place. It's only 5 kilos between those, so there's going to be a fight in a minute about that. And then Law from Hong Kong. Oh, no. Law's not going to get bronze overall. It's going to be the Mongolian getting the bronze overall. All right, here we go. His limb, 282.5. For a bronze medal in the deadlift. Hips, hips, hips. There it is. Yes. I think it's mum and dad in the crowd. Absolutely loving his lifting. Yeah, so this is interesting here. We've got some changes. Oh, they just keep changing it. 307.5 for Tsuruya of Japan. Lighter than Kazakhstan. They're pushing each other in the deadlifts for this total. They're just so... Oh, Japan's putting in another change. Another change. I love it. This is a moment when everyone changes. Right, so Japan's put in 310. Kazakhstan is staying with 307.5. All right. What the situation is if there's no more changes, okay, 307.5 for Kazakhstan. Momentarily into the gold position in the deadlift, but importantly, getting 762.5 for the total. Oh, not there. Okay. Yeah, I thought he ripped his calluses this last lift. So that's a problem. So he finishes with 740 for the total. He'll finish with the silver medal in the deadlift and the silver medal in the total. Tsuruya. What? 327.5? What on earth? What is that? The crowd just went berserk, particularly the Japanese. This is insane. This is epic. People are on their feet. Everyone is filming this. 327.5 kilos for his final deadlift. Could hear a pin drop in here. Shimon. Oh, no. Not there at all. It's a big laugh. But he wins the gold medal in deadlift and the total. What a wonderful session of lifting, and I really want to thank the chat for making it so great for me, hanging in there with the dreadful disruptions we had in the streaming. You've been really wonderful. Thanks so much for your company, and we'll see you again.
Technical Committee Chairman of the Asian Powerlifting Federation, Shenya Chow, and the Vice President of the Asian Powerlifting Federation, Poking Ward, will be distributing the participant medals to the competitors. Did you get it? Okay. Did you get it? Did you get the medal?
Move that way.
Two more to be given. Send
That way, that way, that
two
way.
medals.
Back. Yep. More. More that way, more that way. Keep going. Keep coming around, come around. Guys, come around.
Two more.
Was that come around? Sorry, man.
Knuckle sandwich for you. Alright.
Silver goes to Anwar Ulan of Kazakhstan. Gold medal goes to Suruya Shimon of Japan. Thank you. Bench press, bronze medal goes to Anwar Ulan of Kazakhstan. Silver goes to Herman Oud Siafik of Singapore. And gold medal Saint Ayush of Mongolia. Deadlift, bronze medal goes to Lim Yam Shao Gang of Singapore. Silver goes to Anwar Ulan of Kazakhstan. Gold medal goes to Suruya Shimon of Japan. The total bronze medal goes to Saint Ayush of Mongolia. Silver medal Anwar Ulan of Kazakhstan. And the champion is Suruya Shimon of Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Japan. 93 kg category sub-juniors. Scott, the bronze medal goes to Mohammed Noor Dean Hanif of Singapore. Silver medal goes to Yap Shao Feng of Hong Kong. Gold medal goes to Okamura Kenji of Japan. Thank you. Bench press. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. In bench press, bronze medal goes to Yap Shao Feng of Hong Kong. Silver medal goes to Mohammed Noor Dean Hanif of Singapore. Gold medal goes to Okamura Kenji of Japan. Deadlift. Thank you. Deadlift. Bronze medal Yap Shao Feng of Hong Kong. Yap Shao Feng of Hong Kong. Silver Mohammed Dean Hanif of Singapore. Gold medal Okamura Kenji of Japan. Okay. The total bronze medal goes to Yap Shao Feng of Hong Kong. Silver goes to Mohammed Noor Dean Hanif of Singapore. And the champion is Okamura Kenji of Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Japan. Juniors, Scott, bronze medal goes to Zhang Haoro of China. Silver medal goes to Chen Yu Chan of Chinese Taipei. And gold medal goes to Dio Rafi of New Zealand. Bench press. Bench press. Whoa. Thank you. Bench press. Bronze medal Chen Yu Chan of Chinese Taipei. Silver goes to Dio Rafi of New Zealand. Gold medal Zhang Haoro of China. Thank you. Thank you. Deadlift bronze medal goes to Zhang Haoro of China. Bronze. Silver goes to Geography of New Zealand. The gold medal goes to Qian Yuchan of Chinese Taipei. The total bronze medal goes to Geography of New Zealand. Silver medal, Zhang Haoro of China. And the gold medal goes to Qin Yuchan of Chinese Taipei. National anthem of Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. Category Masters 1 Scott. Bronze medal goes to Yamada Yohei of Japan. Silver medal goes to Rohan More of India. And gold medal goes to Fernando Hiran of Sri Lanka. Bench press, bronze medal goes to Rohan More of India. Silver, Fernando Hiran. And gold medal, Yamada Yohei of Japan. Deadlift, bronze medal goes to Yamada Yohei of Japan. Silver, Rohan More. And gold medal, Fernando Hiran of Sri Lanka. Thank you. Total, thank you gentlemen, thank you. Bronze medal, Yamada Yohei of Japan. Silver goes to Rohan More of India. The new champion is Fernando Hiran of Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Sri Lanka. 93 kg Masters 2 in Scott bench press deadlift in total. Silver medal goes to Robertson Andrew of Singapore. The new champion in this category is Fu Chin Min of Chinese Taipei. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the anthem of the Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. Category Masters 3 in Scott bench press deadlift in total. The champion is Al Surfi Jaid of Iraq. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Iraq. kg Masters 4. Scott bench press deadlift in total. The new champion with an Asian record is Huan Chen Li of Chinese Taipei. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. The Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee anthem. Technical controller, please take all the competitors off the